Hey Explorer family, today I'll be taking you to my country, Cameroon. I'll be talking about Ebolowa. Ebolowa is a city located in the south region of Cameroon. It's actually one of the greenest places you will visit in Cameroon if you're contemplating on your trip or what to do. Ebolowa actually is reputed for having the highest number of cocoa production and the greenery. It's unbelievable, and I would really recommend you go there to experience the blend of the traditional and modern lifestyle. My 2024 trip was just a very brief one. However, I got to discover a lot that I'll be sharing with you today. I boarded a bus from Yaoundé. It's the Galaxy Travel Agency from the Van bus station. It cost just 2,500 and the ride was smooth. About 2 to 3 hours through some of the greenest, most peaceful roadways in Cameroon. The very first place you would want to visit in Ebolowa is Nkolandom. What is Nkolandom, Sarah? Nkolandom is actually a center. It's located at a little bit of the remote part of Ebolowa. It's actually called Centre Touristique de Nkolandom, which means in English a touristic center. It's not just a hotel or a resort like I had thought. It has a lot more that I would not even explain in this video because I didn't even visit all of it. However, the few places that I stopped by, I will mention. Nkolandom is actually a little far from Ebolowa, so you need to take a bike like I did, and I can guarantee you the experience will be worth the distance. And first thing first that I would recommend you stop by is the boldest rocky part. There are some large rocks there. If you are a nature lover like myself, you will be excited to hike right to the top, or at least just stand at the bottom like I did and take the video.
I would celebrate, sing unto the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song. I would celebrate, sing unto the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song.
If you love natural landscapes, this place is a gem, I must emphasize. There's also a beautiful large Catholic church in the area, built right into the natural surroundings. It adds to the peaceful atmosphere of the whole place. From almost any angle, the view is stunning. Green hills. Still about Nkolandom, the fresh air around that area is like nowhere near any part in Cameroon. Of course, maybe I'm just doing free advert for this place, but I can guarantee you the area is beautiful. Yes, there's another section for you to lodge if you would want to stay there. I didn't stay there because I wasn't sure the distance when I arrived. I used the local motels and hotels around the city, but I recommend if you are looking for a place to lodge, Nkolandom will be the best place because the views around and the air, everything is relaxing. Believe you me, it might be a little pricey as you would expect for that kind of investment that has been put in place. However, I would say it's worth the investment. There is actually a little section that is a museum, and there are exposes and exhibitions also about the Bulu people. So if you're interested in culture, this place has all of it. You'll thank me later when you visit. If you're a nature lover like myself, just on the extreme corner, or pretty much when you descend is a small hill, you will see a greenery you might have never ever seen ever. The hills behind, nature in that area is like no place in Cameroon. The owners of that resort, I call it resort, have done a good job. It is well maintained. The trees, there's a small lake on one corner, there is a pool on another back corner. What can I say about this place? My words will completely be insufficient. However, I'll continue just so that you have an idea before you take the trip there. I actually spent a couple of minutes to eat at the restaurant. I must say the food took like an hour to come. I wouldn't guarantee you go and get it like la 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 as we say in French, but I can tell you they offer food. So if you're going to go there in a hungry stomach like I did, you're sure you have something to eat. Back in Ebolowa City, I found the Paul Biya Monument. Okay, for you who doesn't know my president, he is called President Paul Biya. He has a monument in Ebolowa. It's actually located in one roundabout. I actually stumbled on it. I didn't know it was something like that. So if you're interested to see how my president looks or looked, because I'm guessing that's an old statue, that's a perfect spot for you to stop by. It has a couple of flowers, and there is a beautiful lawn around it. So I recommend you stop there and admire art. That if you're interested. Just because street walks is one of my best ways of admiring a city, a country, I must kind of recommend this for you. Ebolowa has one of the cleanest streets I've seen so far in Cameroon. I didn't, really expect that, but I noticed the roads were fairly tarred. Most of the area around the city was, in my opinion, well maintained compared to many other cities. One place I'll recommend while you walk is to stop around Carrefour Laundemia. Laundemia in English means the year 2000. Carrefour is roundabout. This area is just a large roundabout. It has a lot of, streets, and there was, as usual, Cameroon life, we have a lot of bars around the streets, shops. So it's a place I would recommend you, just take a walk and admire. In the middle of the junction, I don't think it's possible to get there, but you can admire from afar. I really found it, really well developed. I have no idea why the area is called Carrefour Landemio. So if you're from Ebolowa, I am curious. Please drop in the comment section and tell me, why is that place called the year 2000? Because I guess that has been since before 2000. Why is it called the year 2000? Not so far from Carrefour Landemio, you will be surprised to see Paul Biya Park. For those who don't know my president, he is called President Paul Biya. He has a park. I'm guessing, of course, he is not the owner of the park, but he was named, or the park was named after him, I should say that. It's actually a very small area with a lot of trees, and I was not too surprised that there is a section inside with chairs and tables where people can, the common thing in Cameroon, drink. So it is a place I would recommend you go. I asked, they mentioned they were not selling food there, so I'm not sure if you can eat now, but I would recommend, if you want to just relax for the evening, that's somewhere to go, chill, at least for a couple of minutes. It was, for me, a great spot to relax. And around that area, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of shops, so you could buy something and come sit there, I guess, too. Spend the evening in Ebolowa. Finally, but not the least, for some weird reason, I'm mentioning Bengo Hotel. If you would like to visit Ebolowa and want somewhere around the center of the city, that's one big, beautiful hotel. In my opinion, it looked modern. I didn't stay there, but for, admiring, the beautiful development that I saw, I would like to recommend that you spend the night there. If you have already, please let me know how it is, so that next time if I go to Ebolowa, I'd like to spend time there. That is all I'll be talking about for this video, but I must tell you, Ebolowa has a lot more than I had the time to explore. So I recommend you click the, subscription button down there, so that when next I'm telling you about other things that I've been doing around Cameroon, you will be the very, very first person to be notified. In my niece's voice, thank you and goodbye.